welcome to my wild classroom. So I'm going to be talking about the ecosystems and sectors that I have set up at our studio here in Phippsburg, Maine. It's 1 acre on the coast, and basically this is how the whole system breaks down here. So we have broken things down into terrestrial ecosystems, which are a terrestrial ecosystem is a land-based community of organisms and the interactions of biotic and abiotic components in a given area. So, in other words, it's the animals and the plants and the insects and the trees, and it's just everything in a given area. So here we have 4 types of terrestrial ecosystems. We have woodland, we have meadow, we have ecotone, and we have gardens. And we also have the human zone, and so that's just my partner and me, and the dog and the cat, and our house. So that's the human zone. And so those terrestrial ecosystems that we have, I have divided into different sectors, and specifically 30 different sectors that are each designated according to the ecosystem and the location. And within those sectors, we document the size of the sector, the light and soil conditions, and the flora and the fauna that's found therein. And so our woodland area, it includes forest and a partial wetland area. It's not a very big wetland area, but technically it would be considered wetland. The primary challenge that is faced in those areas is managing invasive non-native species in order to promote greater biodiversity. That's something that is done on an ongoing basis, and there are a few non-natives that are particularly pervasive here. And so it's an ongoing process, just trying to cull those and keep them at bay, while at the same time promoting the native species that are already here, and then introducing other natives that would do well. Our meadow is not a huge space, but and it's definitely a work in progress. It's sited over the property leach field, and it's partially shaded by woodland and approximately 2,500 square feet. And we cut the meadow back in late spring each year to encourage new growth. But apart from that and sporadic culling of aggressive non-native plants, it's been largely left untended. It is we're starting to see more and more native plants coming in as we continue to cut back the invasives. But that one it's been tough, and we'll be looking at different ways to sort of manage that space, I think, in the next couple of years, to see if there's a better way going forward to do things out there. Ecotone. In nature, ecotones are the vibrant, biodiverse spaces that make up the area between one ecosystem and the next. So here on our Phippsburg acre, there are 3 identified ecotones between woodland and open fields. Those are filled with a ton of flora and fauna that we mostly leave to themselves, with the exception of removing invasive flora. And those ecotones are one of the spaces where we're most likely to see animal activity as well, which I am always excited about. So, I love those spaces. They always feel very vibrant and rich, and just those deep colors and really vibrant growth there. And we have our gardens. And we bought this place initially because of its gorgeous gardens, long before we knew anything about ecological gardening. As we learned more, we replaced many of the non-native plants that never thrived here in the first place with native perennials that shine throughout the season. We've added new gardens and expanded on old ones, and at this point, there are 16 plots of land designated as pollinator and or wildlife gardens. And that's basically it. That's the system that we use here. Every quarter or every season, I go in and I do a checklist of each of those sectors to look at which plants are thriving and which invasives need attention or need to be eliminated and that kind of thing. But it is definitely an ongoing process. But that organizational system makes it a lot easier to at least keep track of what's happening and where it is happening on the property. And to learn more about My Wild Classroom and the work done here, you can visit www.mywildclassroom.com. Follow the Insta at My Wild Classroom. Join the Facebook group, which is becoming more and more active. So definitely love to see you there. Facebook.com/mywildclassroom, or you can shop at the growing library of resources and merch at mywildclassroom.com/shop. You can join the MWC mailing list by clicking the button in the description, and when you do, you'll get a free guide to rewilding your own backyard and a monthly newsletter with stories, photos, and tips on creating an oasis for wildlife wherever you live. Thanks for watching.